Have you ever wondered how modern science can tell us the age of a tiny piece of charcoal with incredible accuracy, yet still cannot determine when one of the world's greatest underground cities was first created? Hidden beneath the quiet Turkish town of Derinkuyu lies a massive underground world that continues to challenge archaeologists and historians alike. Stretching deep below the surface through multiple levels of tunnels, rooms, wells, storage areas, and secret passageways, this mysterious megastructure has raised one question that remains unanswered. Who carved it, and when did they begin? Stay with us as we uncover the evidence, explore the mysteries, and separate confirmed facts from fascinating theories surrounding one of history's greatest unsolved puzzles. Deep beneath central Turkey, the underground city of Derinkuyu descends nearly 85 meters into soft volcanic rock. It contains living quarters, kitchens, churches, storage rooms, wineries, livestock areas, ventilation shafts, and freshwater wells. Huge circular stone doors could be rolled into place from the inside, sealing each level against anyone trying to enter. The engineering is remarkable even by modern standards, yet the greatest mystery is not how it was built, it is when. That may sound surprising. After all, archaeologists date ancient objects every day, but the methods they rely on have one important limitation. Radiocarbon dating only works on things that were once alive. Wood, charcoal, bone, seeds, cloth, and other organic materials all contain carbon that slowly changes after death. By measuring that change, scientists can estimate their age with impressive precision. The problem with Derinkuyu is that the city was not built from blocks of stone. Instead, it was carved directly into the natural rock itself. Rock contains no organic carbon that can be measured this way. When ancient workers removed the stone to create rooms and tunnels, they left behind no natural clock that scientists could read. The act of carving leaves almost no direct evidence of its age. Because of this, researchers must date the objects left behind by later occupants. A broken pot, a coin, an old fireplace, or a wooden tool can reveal when someone used the city. But these discoveries only tell us that people were present at that time. They cannot reveal when the first tunnel was carved. A family could have lived inside thousands of years after the city was originally created, leaving behind clues that belong only to their own time. This is why the list of possible builders continues to change. Some researchers suggest the Hittites, who ruled much of Anatolia more than 3,000 years ago. Others point toward the Phrygians, famous for carving monuments directly into rock faces. Still others emphasize the role of early Christians, who expanded and used these underground cities while escaping persecution during the Roman Empire. Greek-speaking communities also sheltered here during later centuries, continuing to use the complex until the population exchanges of the early 20th century. Each of these civilizations certainly occupied Derinkuyu at different times. Each may have repaired it, expanded it, or added new chambers. But none of the evidence clearly proves who first began carving into the rock. The earliest builders remain hidden behind thousands of years of history. The mystery becomes even greater once we realize that Derinkuyu is far from unique. In the early 1970s, a Turkish farmer became puzzled when water poured onto his fields seemed to disappear beneath the ground. Curious to find the source, he began digging and unexpectedly broke through into another underground city. This hidden settlement stretched across 10 levels and included its own ventilation system, wells, defensive passages, and enormous rolling stone doors. One especially interesting feature caught researchers' attention. Above several entrances were carefully drilled openings through which defenders could pour boiling water or hot oil onto anyone attempting to force their way inside. These were not simple storage caves. They were carefully designed defensive structures built to protect large numbers of people. As more discoveries followed, archaeologists realized this was not an isolated example. Across Cappadocia, village after village revealed underground rooms, tunnels, churches, storage areas, and living spaces hidden beneath ordinary homes and fields. Some sites connected hundreds of chambers through long passageways stretching beneath entire communities. Then another astonishing discovery changed the picture again. During construction work near the city of Nevşehir in 2014, workers uncovered an enormous underground complex beneath the modern city. Using advanced geophysical surveys, Researchers estimated that this hidden network covers roughly 5 million square feet and extends more than 100 meters underground. Some experts believe it may even be significantly larger than Derinkuyu itself. Even farther southeast, restoration work in the historic town of Midyat uncovered yet another vast underground settlement. Archaeologists continue to study this remarkable discovery, and some believe it could become one of the largest underground cities ever found in the region. These repeated discoveries reveal something important. The tradition of carving deep underground was not limited to one civilization or one isolated town. It spread across a huge area, suggesting that building beneath the earth became an established way of life for generations of people. That naturally raises another question. Where did this remarkable knowledge begin? To explore that possibility, we travel to another famous location in southeastern Turkey that completely transformed our understanding of ancient history. For many years, a low hill covered with scattered stones attracted little attention. Surveyors believed it was nothing more than an abandoned medieval cemetery. But in the mid-1990s, German archaeologist Klaus Schmidt recognized that the site deserved a closer look. His instincts proved correct. Beneath the soil stood enormous T-shaped limestone pillars arranged in giant circles. Some towered several meters high and weighed many tons. Their surfaces displayed detailed carvings of foxes, snakes, wild boars, vultures, scorpions, and other animals unlike anything previously discovered from such an early period. Unlike Derinkuyu, this site contained organic remains that could be dated. Charcoal, animal bones, and other materials buried with the structures revealed an astonishing result. Göbekli Tepe was built more than 11,000 years ago. This completely challenged traditional ideas about civilization. For decades, historians believed that monumental architecture appeared only after farming, permanent settlements, and organized governments. Yet Göbekli Tepe suggested that people were capable of building enormous ceremonial structures thousands of years before cities supposedly existed. Nearby sites added even more surprises. Karahan Tepe revealed additional carved pillars and carefully constructed stone chambers. Boncuklu Tarla produced evidence of extremely early settlements and ceremonial buildings that may date back over 12,000 years. Together, these discoveries show that prehistoric communities in this region possessed far greater engineering skills than once believed. Still, an important distinction remains. Göbekli Tepe can be accurately dated because organic materials were buried with its construction. The underground cities cannot, since carving stone leaves almost no direct evidence for radiocarbon dating. Among the carved pillars at Göbekli Tepe, one has attracted particular attention. Often called the vulture stone, it displays a large bird, a scorpion, several unusual symbols, and a headless human figure. For many years, no one knew what these carvings represented. Then, in 2017, engineer Martin Sweatman and researcher Dimitrios Tsikritsis proposed an intriguing interpretation. They suggested that the animals represented constellations rather than ordinary wildlife. According to their calculations, the arrangement of these symbols could correspond to the night sky roughly 13,000 years ago. They further argued that the monument might commemorate a devastating cosmic event involving fragments of a comet striking Earth. In later research, similar carvings from Göbekli Tepe and nearby sites were interpreted as parts of an early calendar system that tracked the movement of stars across long periods of time. These ideas attracted worldwide attention, but they also sparked considerable debate. Many archaeologists who excavated the site remain unconvinced. They argue that the carvings may simply represent religious beliefs, mythology, or symbolic artwork rather than astronomical records. They also point out that the pillar itself appears to have been carved centuries after the event it supposedly records. Both interpretations remain under discussion. At present, no consensus has been reached. Interestingly, there really was a dramatic climate event around the same period. Approximately 12,900 years ago, Earth experienced the Younger Dryas, a sudden return to much colder conditions, just as the last ice age seemed to be ending. Ice core samples, lake sediments, and pollen records all confirm that temperatures dropped rapidly across much of the northern hemisphere and remained cold for over 1,000 years. Scientists continue investigating what caused this sudden cooling. One proposed explanation suggests that fragments of a comet struck Earth or exploded in the atmosphere, sending dust and debris high into the sky and disrupting the global climate. Researchers have discovered unusual layers containing melted glass, microscopic minerals, and rare elements at several archaeological sites, including Abu Huraira in present-day Syria, not far from southeastern Turkey. Some scientists believe these findings support the impact hypothesis, while others argue that the evidence remains inconclusive. No universally accepted impact crater has been identified, and debate continues within the scientific community. Whether or not a comet was responsible, the Younger Dryas remains one of the most dramatic climate events known from prehistoric times. Finally, there is one ancient tradition that many people find especially fascinating. Among the sacred writings of Zoroastrianism appears the story of Yima, a righteous ruler who receives a warning that an incredibly harsh winter is about to destroy life across the land. He is instructed to prepare a protected refuge where people, animals, and seeds can survive until the deadly cold finally ends. Scholars disagree about how literally this story should be interpreted. The ancient text describes an enclosed refuge, but it never clearly states that it was underground. Even so, many readers notice similarities between this ancient account and the underground cities scattered across Anatolia. Could such stories preserve distant memories of real climate disasters experienced thousands of years earlier? Or are these simply timeless myths created to explain humanity's struggle against nature? No one knows for certain. When we place all these discoveries side by side, an extraordinary picture begins to emerge. We have underground cities whose original construction cannot be directly dated. We have evidence of astonishing engineering skills more than 11,000 years ago. We have ongoing debates about possible astronomical records carved into stone. We know that a major climate disaster occurred near the same era. And we have ancient traditions describing people surviving a devastating winter inside carefully prepared refuges. None of these pieces alone proves the existence of a forgotten civilization or reveals exactly who carved Derinkuyu. But together, they remind us how much of humanity's earliest history remains hidden beneath our feet. Perhaps future discoveries will finally reveal who first began carving these incredible underground cities. Until then, Derinkuyu remains one of archaeology's greatest mysteries, a place where every answer seems to create even more questions. So what do you think? Who do you believe carved these vast underground cities, and why were they built so deep beneath the earth? Share your thoughts in the comments, because some of the most fascinating ideas often begin with simple questions. If you enjoy exploring ancient mysteries supported by real archaeological discoveries, be sure to subscribe, because our next journey will take us to another remarkable site that may challenge everything we think we know about the ancient world. Until next time, keep asking questions, keep exploring, and never stop wondering what history may still be hiding beneath the ground.